don't worry, travel expert Ash Bhardwaj is here. Where should we start?
So it starts this Sunday, the 12th of October, and it's called the EES, the European Entry and Exit System. But it's not as complex as you think it is. So basically, you've got the Schengen area, so that's 29 countries, that once you enter one of them, you can visit all of the others without having to do additional passport checks or border control.
And these are in Europe, aren't they? This is an area of Europe called Schengen, is it?
Schengen.
Schengen.
Never so it's countries that you'll know you regularly visit on holiday. France, Germany, Italy, Spain, Greece. So once you get into one of them, you can move into all of them. But when you go into the Schengen area, that's when EES happens. And since we left the European Union, you get passport stamps when you go into the EU. But this means that there'll be no more passport stamps. It will just be digital checks. And it's designed to improve border security, and it also tracks the fact that we're only allowed to spend 90 in every 180 days inside the EU. Now, the one country that this won't make a difference to is when you travel to Ireland, because, of course, they've got the border with Northern Ireland. And the checks will happen in 4 main places. Airports, when you arrive in your destination country. Right. Eurostar, it's done at the Eurostar terminal in London. For Eurotunnel and ferries, it's done at the terminal in the UK. Does that make sense? And this is going to be introduced gradually over the next 6 months, so it won't affect every journey on the Eurostar. It's just business people. It won't affect everybody going on the ferries. It's just people on coaches. But by next April 2026, every journey into the Schengen area will have this EES happening.
OK, so how does it work? What can we expect when we next travel into Europe?
Yeah, so the first time when you arrive at the airport in your destination country or when you get to the Eurostar terminal, you'll be greeted with a kiosk. And this is just like the e-passport gates that we're used to for when we arrive back into the UK. So it scans your passport, the machine will take your fingerprints and a photo, and you'll also be asked 4 short questions. These questions are, where are you staying, and do you have a return flight booked? And the only difference is that if you're going on the Eurotunnel, that's when you drive your car on and it goes under the channel, there'll be a border officer asking the questions rather than the machine. So once you do that, once you get this registration done with the scanning of the fingerprints and of your face, that data is stored for 3 years. And then the next time you go in, it's just like the passport gates when you come back into the UK.
Right.
It just scans your passport, checks your face, does it match to the details that we have last time? Yep, on you go.
So the kiosky thing, you do that once, and then so hopefully eventually this means that things will be quicker when you're travelling. You'll be able to whiz through quicker. But initially, are there going to be delays because everybody's going to these kiosks and trying to work it out?
Yeah, absolutely. Long term, this should make those movements into the EU quicker. So because you won't have to have passport stamps every time. It'll just be like the passport gates when you come in and out of the UK. But like all new systems, there's going to be glitches. That's why they're spending time, these 6 months, gradually bringing it in, figuring out any bits that might be tricky. And as people get used to it, they'll gradually get faster at it. And during this period, if there's any challenges with the system, they may switch back to manual stamping of your passports as you go in and out. So the basic advice is just allow extra time for this period of time. Just know that it is going to take longer, and make sure you've got all of your documents in order. So make sure that your passport will still be in date for your planned return date back to the UK. And just plan ahead for it and know that it's going to happen.
Changes could be good, couldn't they? Is that scanning, is it for everyone? Is there exemptions on that?
Yeah, so there are some exemptions. So children under 12 don't get their fingerprints scanned. But the best place to find all this out is on the gov.uk website. So if you just go on there, you've got all the details of what exemptions there are.
Perfect.
We've had a question in from Phil, and he's asking, what happens to our data when we register?
Yeah, so this new system actually collects the same data as before, back when you were getting the manual stamps on your passport. So it'll have access to the information on your travel documents, so that's your full name and your date of birth, the date and places of entry and exit, your facial image and fingerprints, and whether or not you were refused entry. So it's the same as before, it's just that data is going to be shared more efficiently, and that is a way to just identify travellers who shouldn't be travelling, making sure people aren't using the wrong passport, because those fingerprints and that face scan will be linked to that passport, and that means that no one else can use that passport. So it's to stop people crossing the border illegally, and that helps prevent serious crime.
Are you allowed back in Magaluf yet, or No, let's not talk about that.
Been a while since I've been there. Yeah. Good memories, though. Carol's been in touch asking, will we have to get travel insurance? Well, how does it affect travel insurance? Or does it?
So the new EES doesn't have any new demands for what you should have in terms of travel insurance. But France, for example, has checked whether or not you've got travel insurance on arrival for quite some time. People just weren't aware of this. This new system just means that it's going to be more efficient and effective in doing that, which is kind of why the EES exists. It's just checking what you can do. Now, I would always advise that somebody takes out travel insurance when they're going abroad, because the GHIC, the Global Health Insurance Card, gives you emergency cover for any accidents when you're travelling in the European Union. But if you have to do things like stay extra nights in country because you're getting treatment, or you have to change your date of travel and need new flights back, those costs add up pretty quickly. And having travel insurance makes sure that you don't have to pay those back straight away.
Bit of security, isn't it?
Great stuff.
This man has the most incredible rucksack. The stuff he can get in it when he's travelling the world is amazing. What book is in there at the moment? What are you reading?
I'm currently reading Terry Pratchett, the Discworld series.
Oh, very nice. Lovely. Classic Terry. Ash, brilliant. Thank you very much.
Cheers, guys.